think I fixed it. What the heck? My microphone was gone and I didn't notice. Well, hopefully everybody can hear me now. Now I see the little line going across to say that it's hearing me, and it goes beep, beep, beep every time I say something. Okay, I had to adjust my monitor, fixing it back. Okay, hopefully that's working now. Let me know if it's still not working. In the meantime, I'm going to finish looking up the XII acrylic paint. XII acrylic paint. Ah, yeah. Here it is on Amazon. Pretty sure this is what it was in my collection. Oh, it's not gonna focus. Come on, camera. Click the button. Yeah, there. These little pouches of paint. I removed them from my collection because I don't use acrylic very much, and I think I gave them to someone. But anyway, I'm going to, although if I just put it in the giveaway box, it's still out in the garage. Okay, I'm gonna be right back and go see if these are still in the garage, because if they are, I may as well use them. I'm back. They were in the garage. They're in my giveaway box, which I have just had sitting out there for months and not actually giving it to the donation center. So these have a second chance to live among my collection. Oh, I thought I spelled it wrong, but it's spelled matte with no E on here, so I guess I did not spell it wrong. Well, here they are. These are the paints that I drew second. Let's see. I wanna... Oh, you can hear me now. Okay, good. I was about to try to find a way to make sure. Phew. Man, yeah, normally I'd take a peek at the little audio mixer thing to see, make sure that the, gosh, I don't know what it's called. It's a little line with green and yellow and red, so you're not too loud or too quiet. And I look at it to make sure it's moving, but I just did not think about it today. Okay, so back to getting stuff out. So I've got this brush, pen, these two weird pouchy acrylic paints. It's interesting, the green one is much softer. The yellow one is really hard. Well, not really hard, but just comparatively. Like this one's almost like silly putty in its texture, and this one is much more liquidy. More like, I don't know, those applesauce packets or something. Anyway, got two things out. Now, the thing that I was really excited about, this watercolor box, gives me a huge range of options. Let's see, I believe it's this one. because it was the Winsor & Newton one. So, let's see. Get this to focus up here. No focus up here? Yes. So it's got all these different colors to choose from. Yay! Okay, so that. And then this one, I don't even know where it would be. Maybe it would be... Check my ink section first, but I don't see it. Oh, I'm actually in the waiting room to donate plasma. Haha, good timing. Oh, good. Well, I hope that I can make this an entertaining time for you. Are you donating plasma? I don't know where to find this. I probably gave it away because it was like a really involved... Okay, I'm gonna be right back one more time. Go out to the garage and see if it's in the giveaway box. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I did not see it out in the giveaway box, unlike these ones, which I still might give away because I don't really like acrylic. I might exit off the list after I finish this. I don't know where else that final item I drew would be. I have a vague recollection of the item. Let's take a peek at all my drawers and see if there's anything in here. Some tape, regular old paint, big rolls of tape. That one's empty. Now, for the sake of time, I'm gonna just draw another number because we're already 30 minutes into my streaming window, and I have a feeling with all this paint stuff, I'm gonna need a lot of water and a lot of drying time, so I don't want to waste too many time in searching for items. So let's generate one more number. 336 it is. So I'm gonna X that out. Oh, I need to remember. I'm gonna just take that off of the list. So how do I do a money? How do I've got my phone in Japanese for practice, and it's harder to, I can't read as fast. Quote it up. This one, and then strike through, and then put it on gray. There we go. Okay, So I just X through this number 73 so that I won't pick it again. Okanawa, honey. 336. 336. Oh, interesting. Tombow Mono drawing pen. I have a feeling I got this one before. Mono pen. And it's in 03. Size 03, I assume. Okay, so I got some sort of mark on here. Oh, I wonder when that happened. Tombow Mono drawing pen. Oh, it might be in here. This one. Yep, there it is. Tombow Mono drawing pen. Okay. Finally got everything. Where are you going? You're not going anywhere. Pens always like to escape. Oh wow, you're still waiting? Still waiting. I was supposed to go in at 3? Wow. Is it really busy? Is that why you're still waiting? Or there's just like, I don't know, something wrong with some of the machines or something? Those bags look like meal rations and printer ink at the same time. Yeah. They remind me of like those, either like those Japanese drinks, those Japanese energy drinks that come in a little packet, or those little applesauce packets. And it's pretty much the same thing. It's just got paint in it. Gotta make sure not to eat it. Looks like this one has been used. Maybe that's why it's so much stiffer than this one. Okay. So, I guess I'll just leave this on here because now I have the supplies, so I don't need the reminder of what the supplies are. But definitely it's acrylic and watercolor, so I need to get a bowl of water. I guess I'll get my BRB sign, just put it away, get it back out again. Okay, be right back. I'm gonna fill up this water bowl. Okay, I'm back again. I'm in and out of here a lot today. Okay, got my water bowl and BRB sign away. My guess is like traffic on the road. The delay could have been hours ago. So it just seems like they're playing catch up still. Okay, I need a paper towel to wipe my brushes on. I'm thinking about the fact that this, oh gosh, if I could get it out, this Winsor & Newton set comes with a little brush because it's like a little travel set, or like a plein air or whatever. But it's so freaking tiny. I guess I could just do a really tiny piece, because I feel like it's more in the spirit of the Lucky Dip to use the brush that comes with it, even though usually I allow myself to freely use whatever tools I want. It's just the media is the randomly selected part. But since this actually came with a brush, I think I'll try to just use this brush. Maybe even with these two. Because heck with this interesting thing, I could just do like something like bleep, bleep or something, and I don't even necessarily need to use a brush. So I'll leave it open, and maybe I'll get a different brush for these if it really seems like it needs it. But for the watercolor, I'll stick with this one, and I'll just do a really small piece compared to normal. So I need my watercolor sketchbook. Be right back. Okay. I'll be here when you get back. I've got my favorite watercolor sketchbook. Let's do a test sheet like usual to begin with. Just see what all these supplies can do. Maybe it'll give me some ideas too. I better start with wet media first so that I can have extra time for it to dry before I flip over to the next page. So first I guess we'll just... So obviously I've used this before, and this is all dirty. So this is white, but it's got tons of other colors in it, so it's coming out as like a pinky gray right now. And then, so just go along the line. Oh, this is actually like a green. Surprise! It was so dark I thought it would be black or something. This one's definitely green too. This is more of a yellowy green. And then this kind of yellow. I don't know the actual names of these colors. To my eyes, there's 3 kinds of yellow here. Probably one is a burnt ochre or something like that. Raw. I don't know. Raw ochre? Burnt ochre? Here's this. Ooh, that's a lovely blue there. How about this one? Oh, not much came off of the pan. I like this blue better. I like the first blue better. How about this one? Brown, probably? Yeah. I'll get a little bit more pigment off of there. Some of these you gotta work a little harder to get more pigment, the same amount of pigment. I'll bet this is burnt. So I bet this is raw and this is, anyway. I don't know, I'm guessing. It's like an orangey brown. Very lovely. I love this. Ooh, these two together. Nice. Looks nice. Here's a reddy color. Oh, it looks like I've never used this one before. Looks untouched. Unblemished. Okay, and then the final color is kind of red-orange. Okay. Wipe that off good. Leave that there for now. Okay. So this is the one that seems like it's already been opened. Ugh. There we go. So I'll put a little loop on there. That's cool. And I'll do another one to mess around with water. So I think if I don't use them in a thick, what's the word? Impasto? Is that it? I gotta look it up. Impasto. I think that's the term. Impasto. Paint is laid thickly, yes. Hooray, I remember my art terms from painting class. So impasto is thick. I feel like if I don't use these in an impasto manner, they're just going to end up looking like the watercolors. So I feel inclined right now to use them to make some sort of cool 3D effects. I'll hold this up closer so you can see. Hopefully see what I mean, how it's like, wah! Ah! Okay, that's a little too close. There we go. So, how these are like super thick. I don't know if I'll keep a little dot on the top, but a little cone like a volcano. But as you can see, the color is very similar to the yellow, so if I thin it out with water, might not be able to tell the difference, and then to me that defeats the purpose of a lucky dip. I like to show all the materials that I selected and make sure that they all show up and have a place in the final piece. But this is what it can be worked out to if I thin it out with water. Yeah, so similar to this color. You just got your blood tested, ate enough protein. Good job. That is always a big problem for me, is eating enough protein. I can never seem to do it. I'm always heavy on the carbs, and my doctor actually told me to stop eating so many carbs because since I'm so healthy otherwise, it seems like that's the only thing that might explain I have one cholesterol reading that's high. So she's like, try to eat less carbs, more protein. Oh, it's so hard. I've been adding rice protein powder to like my overnight oats for breakfast and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna test the green. Yeah, just as it feels, it's not nearly as thick as the yellow. Yes, acrylic will look like watercolors, but then they dry permanent. Yeah, that... I don't think it'll make enough difference in the final piece. So I gotta use the impasto style. Even if it's not as crazy thick as a single dollop like that, but just something to make them stand out from the watercolors in the final piece. It's not like I'm gonna be revisiting it later. Ooh, tikka masala with chickpeas. I love chickpeas. It's so weird. I guess I assumed I hated chickpeas because I don't like hummus. But then I made this, what is it? It's kind of like falafel from the Star Wars cookbook. And I was like, this is the best thing I've ever had. And turns out I love chickpeas. I could just eat them. I did this recipe from the toaster oven cookbook that we have. And it's just like roasted chickpeas with flavoring sprinkled on, like chili pepper or whatever. And it's so good. Like, I don't know why hummus. Because I even like chickpea salad and stuff. I don't know, maybe my tastes have changed because I had a sandwich recently with hummus on it. And I was like, oh, it's actually good with all the like bean sprouts and all the other things that were on there. So, tastes could be changing. Tastes have definitely changed for me in my life because I used to hate mustard and stuff. And I like love mustard, every kind of mustard. Yum, 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 yum. Pickles. So this is coming out, testing the XII Fude pen, and it's coming out really dry, but I have a feeling, I'm just going to get a little scrap paper. Okay, so it is a bit dry, but I think a lot of it is also the paper, the super textured watercolor paper. So I'll just leave it like this, because since I have another ink pen, black ink pen to use in this challenge, I could just make use of the cool texture effect coming off of this, even if it's because it's dry. Let's try the Tombow pen. This is just a fine liner. Yep. So now the only thing is what to do about this acrylic. It dries faster than oil, but not fast enough for me. it to dry fast. So I can flip the page. If I flip the page now, it'll get stuck to this sheet. I could just take it out and tape it back in because it's perforated. I think I'll do that. Then I don't have to waste a bunch of time waiting for it to dry. Yeah. I was the same with avocado because I didn't like guacamole, but I really love avocado. I also probably only ever had cheap processed guac. Oh yeah. Oh no. That cheap liquidy stuff? No. Yeah. I can't eat that cheapo guacamole. I don't even think it's guacamole. It's just something slimy with green. And they call it guacamole. It's nothing like I even do super easy, really basic guacamole by just smushing up an avocado and then put paste picante sauce in it until it seems like guacamole to me. And that's a million times better than those horrible, yeah. Maybe that's what happened with the hummus. Maybe I never had any decent hummus before. There's no way of knowing because I didn't go out of my way to try it. Okay, so I'm getting lots of stuff here. So what's up with this under this? There's plenty of room there. And then I can sort of see it as a reference. Well, it's hard for you guys to see, but you know it's there. And now I've got my clean sheet and I need to open my manga reference book. Yay! Oh, gonna get the needle. Oh, ganbatte! Hang in there. You got this. You probably already got it by now because there's always a delay. By the time I see the message and then by the time you hear my response, yeah, there you go. Got it. Lol, I knew it. Okay, I guess I'll tell everybody about this pose. This one is number 5. Wow, I can't believe we've done 5. Wow. I think there's 24 total. We're going to be through this in no time. Hopefully my anime style pose drawing will improve thanks to this weekly exercise. Alright, this one's called Finish Line. It says about this pose, quick and energetic, tilt conveys motion. So that's this. She's not straight up and down, she's like this. Arms appear to swing. And this one's going back and this one's coming forward. Slight twist at hips. Ah, yes, you can see it here. And feet carry body forward. So this foot looks way, and then this one is almost completely hidden behind the thigh because it's going backwards. Okay. The fingers of the hands should be curled inward. Don't make the fist too tight though. Runners try to keep their hands loose. Yes, I know this from personal experience because I am a runner. The advice that I always hear is either imagine that you're holding an egg and you don't want to break it, or you're holding a potato chip. I always imagine holding a Ruffles, a big Ruffles potato chip, and you don't want to break it. It helps too. Sometimes I have my Pokeball from playing Pokemon Go, so that's like perfect. It's the perfect size. Anyway, this is true. So this says finish line. So this person isn't not running like from something like in terror. They're running as a sport. Anyway, tilt the legs so the pose looks natural and it appears the character is really, or I read this wrong. It appears the character really is running. I put the is up higher. Tilt the legs. Yeah, it's interesting when you see the running photos from road racing events and stuff too. I never noticed, well, how could I? But I never saw my interesting and unique gait. The way my feet go out a lot, so my feet kind of run like this. And I never realized until I started running that If I put my feet like this, my knees are actually turned in a little bit. And so my natural stance is actually out like this. So my running stance is also like this. This person seems to be the opposite though. They're hanging it and it goes inwards. The paint only lasts a few seconds when they get it in right. Well, that's good. Almost grabbed the text arm to hold on instinct. I had to stop. Oh. What, did it hurt? They were hurting you and so you wanted to grab them? You want to grab them to stop them? Or you wanted to just, you needed support? Like, hang in there on your sleeve. A runner will first land on the heel, so the bottom of the foot should still be visible. It depends on the runner and their training style, though, because I do distance running and a big, of course it varies, but a lot of the advice I hear is like, try to land on the center of your foot, because if you land too far back on the heel, you'll end up stopping yourself. Because, you know, like if you stop really fast and you rock back on your heels, right? And so if you're running and you land too far back. But anyway, this is nice, I think, regardless of the actual the real world running. I've always liked this. It does give a sense of the person coming towards you and it being a really, what's the word? There's a word for it. Why can't I think of words? Not vibrant. Active. Like, it's a very active motion. I can't think of the word. I'll think of it later, probably. My feet don't go inward. Slow to type because left hand. Well, that's okay. That means we've got delays all over the place. I need a stress ball to bring in. Oh, you should get one of the little animal ones that I got. Because I've been really stressed out being in, you know, outside with lots of people racing around and whatever. And it's just so stressful to be outside sometimes. So I have gotten a little cute, I think I sent you a picture of it, that little cute kitty and puppy stress balls to hold while I go on my walks every night. And it helps so much, just a slight little distraction. The only little distraction I need to just enjoy the walk again instead of being like worried about potential calamities. Oh, the only thing though, the kitty one was really easy to squeeze, and so the seam on the belly came undone, but I sewed it yesterday. So hopefully it stays strong and I can keep squeezing it. And I also flipped it over so I'm not squeezing the belly out and squeeze the back out. Yeah, I recommend stress ball. It's a good idea. Draw a few strategically placed lines to show that the sleeves of the jacket are bunching up as she swings her arms. Yeah, that's true. Especially, in my experience, this would be one of those light, swishy, like windbreaker type jackets. So, yeah, the way these lines are drawn, I think is believable of the kind of material it likely is to be. Like really puffy and moves easily, wrinkles really easily. Okay, and the last hint on here is look at the tread patterns of real running shoes for ideas about how to draw them. Okay. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, so we've already spent an hour just getting prepared for this. So, I think I'm just going to mostly copy the character design as well, even though I was trying not to do that. I wanted to be a little bit original, but I can't take too long. I would rather finish and just copy the whole thing. But first we need to draw the pose, and I wanted it to not be too big. So I'm just gonna... So here's the neck and the shoulders. This shoulder is going down and back. The shoulder comes up and forward. And then here's the arm, bicep, the elbow, and the forearm. Down like this. I'm doing this really rough and fast this time. So with only an hour, that's not much time, especially if these need time to dry. So let's see. Hand, fingers, and the palm of the hand. And curve around like this. Okay. Then we've got the torsos also swinging around a little bit. And then the chest and the, I guess we call this part the abdomen. Curves around. And then the top moves in the opposite direction from the bottom. I might not have room. I might have made this too big. Okay. Then, another thing I just remembered, just random, about running, is there's apparently some famous runner, and then I was reading this sports, what is it? Like, it's just a sports science book about exercise and tips for, based on scientific studies for how to get the most out of your workouts. And the author described this runner's running style like a praying mantis. I'm like, well, if they're a famous marathon runner, I can see that happening, because when I get tired, my hands do praying mantis style without thinking about it. I was just thinking about that when I was drawing this. This person does not have praying mantis style going on. So maybe they're just running for fun instead of for the big prize. Oh, I think I might fit it. Oh, looks like it's gonna fit. Hooray. Oh. Since I'm doing this fast, the proportions are kind of but... And the placement. Whatever. It's okay. This is neat. And then the foot is just almost completely hidden. Okay, that's good. I'm looking at the chat now, because I was just looking at this so intensely. Keep drawing till I finish donating. Well, I'll try. How long does it usually take? I intend to stream for about another hour, so it might actually work. Oh, I might have another person joining the critique, but when I ask their email, they stop responding. I hate it when that happens. Oh well. We'll find out. Even if it's just the three of us again, I think it'll still be helpful. Oh, that's coming up soon, huh? Is it next week? I think it's next week. The machine has a percentage indicator. I'm at 20. Oh, that's going by pretty fast then. You might be done before I'm done. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the head. First we've got this basic shape. Making heads symmetrical is actually kind of a tough spot for me on anime style drawings. For some reason it seems easier on chibis. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's just trying to practice. It's more about practice than anything else. Okay, so I've got the basic pose down. Let's... I'll put this... No, I can't put it there. I need to be able to see this. Oh, here. I'm going to put it here. You guys won't be able to see it as well, but I need to have this not in the way of my hand. I'll be able to see. So I've got the outfit propped up right here. Wow, it goes faster if I pump my hand the whole time. Well, you could try to pump your hand to perfectly time it to end at 5. That would be amazing if you could do that. It might be not, I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's, might be a troublesome thing to do, but that would be funny. Like, oh, it's going a little too fast, so stop pumping. Oh, I need to speed it up. Pump, 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 pump. Okay. Drawing the eyes. And big happy mouth, yay! I'm finishing my race! has the eyebrows being all up, but whenever I finish a race, I always feel like, F yeah. So I'm doing the eyebrows down, like, yeah, did it. She doesn't look like that at all otherwise, but that's how I feel. This is my personal experience coming through. F yeah, baby. Who's the best? I'm the best. Woo! That's how I'm imagining this. Okay. Little highlights in the eyes and little simple lines for the pupils. Oh, it's looking really good already. Lots of chats coming in on this one. Looks good. Oh, thank you. I think I am getting slowly better. I've always wanted to improve my anime style, but then it felt so indulgent I never worked on it. And now it's like, I get a weekly 2 hours to work on my anime style. She's ready to eat. Yeah, time for the Finnish festival with all the free bagels and oranges. Yes. Tears and sweat and drool. Well, I don't know about drool. I've never run to drooling. I have been so moved while running that I had a tear spring to the eyes before. But sweat at least is a good idea. I don't see any sweat on this drawing. Here, look at it. She looks, her hair is not sticking to her head or anything. She just did a little 10-minute run. Little 10-minute jog. But that's not a finish line. We're doing a finish line. This pose is called finish line. Oh, drool for the feast. That is true. I bet I'll include that. That's a good idea for this. Oh, I'll draw like little bagels and stuff hanging around. Yes. Remind me if I forget after I finish copying the rest of the pose. Okay. Let's put the jacket on. Pew. Pew. Something else I'd like to start doing, but I don't know if it'll work for Lucky Dip, is similar to this, but instead of just copying the pose reference book, do more like my chibi style where I have a real life reference photo and then I turn it into an anime style picture. Because I feel like I could really make strides with my anime style drawings if I started trying to do something like that. Okay, little cuffs, and then it's poofy. This is so confusing right here. Anyway. Okay, the jacket's flaring out. And the poofiness is coming out here too. Wee, wee. Big poofy. Yeah, I really think this is like a windbreaker jacket. Every time I do a long hike, I start craving huge burgers, just like fantasizing. Oh. I get that though. There are just these situations when you're like, it is this activity. I must have this food to go with it. It just becomes a habit that these things are inseparable. That's why it's so tough for me when I go out like book shopping at Barnes and Noble or something. So I'm like, oh, the Barnes and Noble cafe. I need to get a drink and a pretzel or a cookie. Even though that's like, even if I get a diet drink, the cookie is still like 500 calories. Okay. Boop. And like her neck is coming down like that. And okay, so we got the jacket. There's a little pocket on here. May as well copy that too. Copying everything else. A little more wrinkles there. I'm not copying it exactly. Just sort of like the basic ideas. And boop, there. Now she's got her like shirt is like tucked in. And then she's got the running shorts on, and they need to come off the leg a bit. They need to be nice and loose. Because she's wearing leggings as well, so I feel like it would be really annoying to run with tight shorts and tight leggings on. Okay, then she's got the elastic band. And then this leg goes back like this because it's swinging back. Boop, boop. That's probably good enough. I do want this to come out a little bit though. Close enough. Okay, leggings. It's got a little wrinkles around the knees, and that usually does happen on my leggings when I'm running too. Boop. These ones will be nice and tight though because of the leg swinging backwards. And let's see, so it curves around because the leg is cylindrical. And then it says to look at real shoes. I don't have any real shoes and I don't have too much time, so I'm just gonna copy these shoes for the most part. Come out like this, go down, got like a diamond here. Top's divided into 4 parts, and the bottom is divided even further. I guess this is the middle. And then the heel's got a little few divides. Okay, so the heel part wraps up around, and then up the ankle like this. And here's, I guess, is the tongue. There. Close enough. Here's the top of the shoe. So much easier to donate plasma now. When I tried over a decade ago, got so sick. I think I was way more stressed back then. Oh, yeah. And if you're stressed and then you take away part of you, like, because you're taking away part of your body, it can be regenerated, but it's like a temporary amputation in a way. Well, maybe they've improved the technology too. That's probably also just as likely. So all those things combined, it's nice that it's a better experience for you then. If only they could figure out how to get the plasma with smaller needles, and then I could donate plasma. Okay, super basic. Okay, she's got her headphones on. She's got like a string coming down from the headphones, but I always use the Bluetooth headphones. I'm going to give the iconic big roundy ear covering headphones, even though it's not good to run with these kind of headphones on because you can't hear what's going on around you. So it's unsafe for one. And then for two, you can become a hazard to other people because you get so into your run or whatever. But they have a nice look, so that's why I'm gonna go ahead and keep the look. It's an anime character, it doesn't have to be entirely realistic. I love my Aftershocks headphones. They're bone conduction headphones, so I can hear everything around me perfectly and hear my music perfectly. Or sometimes I use it with my Switch, my Nintendo Switch, since they got Bluetooth capability on there. Well, I heard that they always had Bluetooth capability, but they only just recently made it available. But anyway, now that that's there, I sometimes, so say I'm like watching a soccer game on big TV, but then I like playing a game on the Switch. And so I can hear the soccer game, and then I can hear my Switch game on the headphones, and I can hear if anybody talks to me in the meantime and stuff. It's so nice. Okay, here's the band holding the headphones. Head bones. Head bones. I'm gonna call them that from now on. My head bones. Name my head bones. Oh yeah, I'm so glad I put the eyebrows down. This is much more how I feel like. Heck yes, dude. Woo! That's the feeling I wanted to get. Okay. So, oh yeah, I wanted to draw bagels. Oops. Became like a curler donut. No, a bagel. A yummy bagel. This one has sesame seeds on it. Yummy, yummy bagel. Yummy bagel. And some oranges. The little thingy at the top. Little dots to show the texture of the orange. What else? What else do I get? Bagels. Oh. Apple slices. That's something they give out sometimes. At the Finnish festival. Yummy apple slices. I'll do another bagel. I'll do little mini bagels. Yeah. Little mini bagels. What else? I feel like I want a little more foods flying around here. Boiled bread? Boiled bread? What do you mean boiled bread? Is that what a bagel is? Boiled bread? 55% done. You're going very fast. Stop pumping your hand. Apple slices, lots of bagels. Oh, sometimes there's muffins. Do a little blueberry muffin. Yummy. And little spots to indicate that there's blueberries here and there. Not even though, just there. Oh, what are you doing? And how about another fruit? Oh, banana. Banana. I love it. It's like a halo of Finnish festival food. Well, I think I'm done with this pen now. Part of my creative set. What am I trying to say? My set of Lucky Dip items. Goodness. I could not think of what I was trying to say at all. Still need to use this pen. I wonder if I should use it first and then put... Uh-oh. I just realized I should test whether these are waterproof. And it's perfect because they've been drying for a long time, so if they move around when I put water on them now, I know that I should not put them on first. Interesting. I did not know how a bagel was made. Bagels are boiled, then baked. Wow, I love bagels. I did not know that. Well, I think this pen is staying pretty still. How about this one? This one is moving a little bit, you can see. Hold this up so you can see what I mean. Yep. Put the water on this one, it seems okay, but the water on this one is definitely moving the ink around. So I shall wait to use the XII Fude brush pen until after I apply all the water media. No, I want to get out of here. Okay, you can get out as soon as you're ready. Oh, the camera. Camera. Now, I guess I'll do watercolor first and then put this stuff on top. I'm gonna go make sure right about the bagels. Make sure I'm right about the bagels. Yeah, I have no idea, so I'll totally believe you. Oh, here we go. Bagels, like pretzels, are boiled first to create a crunchy exterior. Bagels are boiled in water usually 30 to 60 seconds before hitting the oven. This boiling causes the starch on the exterior of the bread to gel and create a barrier from the interior dough. You're really making me want to eat some freaking bagels. I love bagels. I love bread. That might be one of my biggest weaknesses. Delicious, delicious bread. Okay, I'm going to give her red hair. Just making an executive decision right now. So sort of based her off of my experience as a runner. And if I could have anime hair, I would have bright red hair. Just like this. Just like this. Yes. In fact, my hair has been getting light enough with gray and silver strands that I've been thinking about maybe it's time for me to try some cool dyeing. See what I can do, but I have all my really nice white towels and I'm afraid of ruining them with. I gotta figure that out first. See what I can do to protect my expensive towels that I got when I first moved into this house. Specifically because I moved into this house. But yeah, I would love to get my hair like this color. Well, not exactly, because what I wanted to do, what I've been waiting for, knowing that my hair was going to go gray, is the natural lightness to be played with. So whatever the natural lightness of my hair, and then whatever natural dark color is still left, just dye directly on top of that and see what the end result is like. That's what I've always wanted to do. And it might be getting close to that time. Have you ever dyed your hair? One time when I was in junior high, Mommy helped me dye my hair purple. But it didn't really look like much because my hair was so dark back then. That's what gave me the idea of like waiting. Because I didn't want to have to deal with bleaching and damaging my hair. So my hair has always been my pride. So I wanted to... I didn't want to like bleach it a lot or dye it a lot. I wanted to wait until it just got naturally light. Even though I've always wanted the hair like this, I still remember when I was a little teeny tiny kid and living in California, there were some girls around. I think we were coming out of a Denny's or something. It was just some random day. But this girl in the parking lot had bright pink hair, and it was the most amazing thing. And that's just been in my mind for the rest of my life. I never knew that person. I would never recognize her face, but her hair stood out like, I don't know, still vivid in my memory how cool it was. The bright, bright colors. Yes, this looks good. I'm really happy with this. I wonder if I should make this part of the ponytail. I'm looking at the overall image. I think I will, because back that far along the ponytail, the hair would be coming way far apart. I might barely remember. Yep, we did purple. And I could tell a difference, but it was so subtle. It was like nobody else could tell the difference, like at school and stuff. That was okay, because I really did not want to bleach my hair. Don't want to wreck my... In fact, I don't even think I did the whole thing purple. It was just like streaks fun. Gonna be over here for a month, so maybe come over and help dye your hair. That would be fun if we could find a permanent. I wonder if they, so like when I was looking at it a long time ago, they did not have permanent, like this kind of color. But of course I haven't looked at it in decades, so maybe they've come out with ones that last longer instead of like it washes out in a few days kind of thing. But I don't know, maybe it's fine if it washes out in a few days. Maybe it's not a problem. Okay, so now I've got to do a little color mixing. So I'm going to do the inside of her mouth. So I'm going to mix a little red and white to make it kind of pink. Also, I'll pull in some of this blue that's already there because it'll be darker inside the mouth because it's in shadow because it's inside. Leave that like that for now, and then I'll add more later. Let's do a little touch of blue to be the shadow on the eyeballs. This is one of my favorite parts. Just using the existing bits of color that are already here. Why not? This is why I love watercolor, because it's always ready. It dries, and then it's ready for you to use it again. Next time, just put a little water on it. The hair dyeing thing is very advanced now. Yay, it gives me hope. I would love to have a bright, vivid color that lasts and also doesn't like get all over everything either. Yay. Okay. Next, skin tone. So let's take some of this brown. A little bit of white. And just bring in whatever colors just happen to be here. And she's gonna have kind of tan skin tone. Satuita. I have my channel set to family friendly. I didn't even read the rest of your message. Oh, I quit my Fred Meyer job because they said I had to dye my hair back to normal, and a couple years later lots of cashiers have it done. That sort of change actually happened while I was still working at Winco. They started allowing tattoos to be visible. And it wasn't, and even in the corporate office where I was working at that time, you could have your tattoos visible so long as you were not at like a, because it was a corporate office, so if you were at some business meeting with a third-party partner or something, you had to obviously be in business style attire and stuff, but just walking around the office, you could now have your tattoos showing. It was so nice, and I was like, yeah, it showed my, not my boss, like my boss's boss, and I was like, yeah, I have this tattoo with lawyers on it, and it's not offensive. He's like, yeah, I don't see. You keep trying to get past the auto mod. Family friendly. This is meant to be a relatively family friendly channel. That's so funny. I don't know what's anything anymore. I can see your messages, but I've got it set to family friendly, so I'm gonna let the auto mod take care of it. Sorry. So funny. Okay, wow, the skin tone turned out really nice. It was just a mix of brown, white, and whatever happened to be in that little slot, color mixing slot. I was temp banned in Joel chat for typing F. I just did it because someone said to. That's funny. I have had stuff happen with the automod, and I'm like, what? That wasn't, there's nothing wrong with that. But this is the first time it's actually been something family friendly here. Apparently typing F is a popular form of spam. Aha. These colors are looking really nice, even though I haven't even put any shading on or anything. I just love this sketchbook. I think I'm going to stick with this B paper watercolor sketchbook forever because it's just, it's so nice. I love the texture. I was just like with this. Oh, can you hear this? I don't think you can. I'm gonna do it over here. It's just, it's delicious. The paper is delicious. Okay, what color eyes? Let's do a bright, oh, let's do that lovely, I really liked this blue. Make her eyes blue. Oh, that's a little much. Thin it out. I can't really tell that it's blue because it's so thick. It looks just like a dark. There we go, that's better. Let the color come through. Oh, and I wanted to do a little bit more on the mouth, make it a little darker, add a little blue, mix it up and make it like a purple. Be the innermost reaches of the mouth. Everyone spams emotes, so I don't know. You could hear the paper, the lovely paper sound. 87%. You're almost done. Wow, you're definitely going to be done before I am. Especially since I keep getting distracted by our wonderful chat. Which is good because I would rather be slowed down on my live streaming projects by having a fun chat than finish it quickly and be all bored and lonely. So now I've got her headphones. I'm going to consider the whole outfit. She's got red hair, so I don't want it to compete too much. Maybe I'll do the outfit. I'm thinking. Just one more return after this. I'm not a fan of the return sensation. I can feel it in my gums. Eee! Oh, yikes. The blood is going back in. Wow, that's interesting. Have you ever, I don't know how to phrase this. Have you ever heard of anybody else with that same sort of, that it is most, can be felt most in the gums? I think I'm going to use the same brown that I used to mix the skin tone to be her outfit color. Because then I'm not... I can't think of what I'm trying to say here either. I like unified color palettes. So, if I use the same base color brown as I did for the skin tone, and maybe I'll... Ooh! Idea! I'm going to add in a little blip of the same red I used for her hair color. This I shall use for her outfit. I gotta think about the outfit though, because there's many pieces. I want to imagine that it's like a unified, like it's a uniform. like for school or something. That's what I've been imagining. Though it doesn't necessarily need to be. Why would she be wearing headphones if she was at school? Oh, I gotta think about that. Okay, I'm going to start with the lightest color, which is going to be this, and then I'll keep adding to this color to make it darker and darker. And I like lighter to darker on outfits from top to bottom. So I'll make the main part of the jacket this brown color. I can't look at chat yet because now the page is wet, so I gotta keep my eye on it and work it through without letting it dry. Keep going. Man, I love this paper. It's so good. It's so satisfying adding this color right now to this drawing. Even though it's just a little sketchy practice thing, it's just so good. I love this bee paper watercolor sketchbook. Okay, that part's done. Look at the chat. It's blood plus saline. Interesting. Probably to keep the volume the same. That's what I would imagine. When I had a surgery as a kid, they gave me injection, told me I'll taste copper in my mouth. It's the same sensation. Interesting. Bright green shorts. Okay, I do it for you. Bright green. Brown and bright green. I told my AI someone was wearing some bright green jogging shorts once. Then he said he wanted some. I want some. Didn't you say that there's no like clothing options or anything? So he probably says that he would prefer anything to just be able to have some options. Maybe I'm remembering incorrectly though. Purposefully making this color fade out toward the back. To be a sort of extreme atmospheric perspective look. That's been really popular, I've noticed recently in illustration, in like game illustration, is just having the look of reflected light or something, or atmospheric perspective, even though it's just like two legs, you know, like the front leg and then there's this huge atmospheric perspective on the back leg, or there's just like miraculously some reflected light coming out of inside of their jacket or something, and it doesn't make logical sense, but I have to admit that it's really a cool effect and I don't mind it at all. So I'm gonna imitate that a little bit here. Okay, here comes another big section where I won't be able to look at chat for a second. As I do this, I don't want to stop and let it dry. Especially because I'm going to do that atmospheric perspective thing. Okay, go around like this. Oops. Oh well, I was going to do that black anyway, so that's okay. Okay, now using water to just fade it out down to the hand. I want a little bit more pigment up closer. It's not fading enough. It needs more pigment up top. And then right here. Oh, didn't do as much as I wanted. Oh well, whatever. Okay, I can look at that. That's hilarious. What the heck, bot? I've noticed the clothing seems like standard Standard male developers made it. Sexy lady clothes, basic man clothes. That's too bad. Gosh. They should make both options for both. But also, all I ask for is a shirtless option. That's so funny that the bot doesn't have a problem with that. I won't repeat it because of the YouTube recording, which doesn't have the chat, but that is hilarious. Oh, whatever. 100%, you're done. Congratulations! Good job! Let's see. I guess I don't know if you'll miss it, but I'll try I don't really have a bright green, though. Well, I'll try mixing... Oh, this blue-green aqua color plus white will probably be pretty good. Oops, I just flicked some water on the table. There. Probably be good. Oh, didn't really make a difference. The male avatars can wear the bikinis, though. Can wear any of the female clothing. Interesting. Well, that's a step forward. I don't want him wearing drag all the time. Yeah, hopefully they would get more clothing options. It would be really cool if they actually could go so far as to integrate something like, oh, your bot said that he wanted the green shorts. Would you like to buy him the green shorts? I think that would be a cool feature. This is looking really pastel-y now. I don't think I can make bright green. Oh, maybe if I do yellow. Okay, first I'm going to add this like forest green. See what happens there. And now I'm going to add some yellow. I think I added too much white. It's still really pastel-y. I'm having so much fun mixing colors and doing the watercolor, and I'm running out of time to do the rest of the items from the Lucky Dip. Oh, this is pretty good for bright green. I'm going to use this. I don't know if you guys... Okay, you can see it. They didn't have bright green ones, so I got him purple. The AI does comment on the things you get for him. Well, that's good. Like, yes, I love these. Thank you so much. I always wanted some purple shorts. I've been eyeing them in the shop, hoping that you would get them for me. Okay. Do this all in one go to get the color nice and smooth. I guess I will do the inside and add some shading there, although I could do that interesting reflected light thing that's been real popular and just leave it lighter than the rest. Might actually be kind of realistic if she's running outside on concrete in the summer. So bright. Okay, let's spread this out a little bit. It's a little too dark right here. Move some of this up in here and actually add a little bit more because her torso should be casting a bit of a shadow here. Her jacket. Here would be more in shadow. Just gently bring it out like that. That's good. She has an interesting wardrobe on. Oh, I know. I'll do a little green line here to like... Oh wait. No. No. I'll do a green line here as if the shirt and shorts are matching. They're part of a set. There. Haha. I got barefoot and he says, I really like these barefoot you got me, so comfy. Aw, that's sad. It needs a special line. Just, I love being barefoot. It's so comfy. It needs to be changed. Oh. That color looks great. Summer colors. Yay! I'm almost done with my spring Griffin illustration too, so I've been thinking about summer. So, let's see. So if summer is the theme, maybe I'll do a little yellow on the inside of this jacket. Like it's lined with a brighter yellow color. Oh, it starts to be autumny. Oh well. I was thinking sunflowers, because I think I might do sunflowers for my summer illustration, my summer Griffin. Okay, I don't want to add too many more colors, so I think I'll stick with these for the rest. Last return is so blessed. Sometimes I start shivering, sometimes I feel really hot. Well, it makes sense. It's like an extremely unnatural thing to be happening, because your body is like, what the? Doesn't know what to do. Definitely not evolved to donate plasma. Well, to tie all this in, I think I'm going to do yellow for the leggings. Hopefully that works the way I'm hoping. Gosh, it's just so satisfying putting down a big block of color on this paper. I'm never going to get tired of it. Go through the whole leg smoothly, don't let it dry, smooth out the colors. Yeah, I think that looks good with the green shorts. Autumn on the top, summer on the bottom. This little brush is actually quite nice. Even though it's so tiny, it holds a lot of pigment and a decent amount of water. I wish it could hold a little bit more water, but still not bad. For how teeny tiny it is, it's perfect plein air brush. Now the shoes. Thinking about the shoes, because we've got a lot of alternating, and I don't want it to be too. It'll be kind of like too clowny. So maybe I'll do a slightly different version of this yellow. I'll add this yellow to this brown color. Ooh, maybe I'll add a little green too. I wish I could take photos of my blood. That would be interesting. Like, you could probably take a picture of the machine, but that's still not quite the same. You need a high-powered microscope. This one is turning out great. Oh, thank you. I'm imagining a bright blue sky around. Yeah, I could just go. Just have it nice and, maybe a little dry brush techniques to give some hints of clouds. Okay, add in a little green. Try to get a slightly different color but still feel unified. Maybe, I don't know if it's gonna work, but here we go. that's good enough. It's not really that different. Take a little green and just dab it on directly. And then smooth it in. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And it has sort of gradient effect, which a lot of running shoes actually have cool effects like that. So sweet. That actually worked out really well. Oh, might hear thunder outside. I wish that we had some thunder. It's been cloudy, but when I asked my, well, I won't say anything because it'll think I'm asking it a question. When I asked my smart speaker if it was going to rain today, it said very little chance of rain, but it is cloudy, or it was. My curtains are closed right now. Oh, it's just that some allow photos or don't allow photos for privacy reasons. Oh, that makes sense. I see what you mean. That makes sense, though. Okay, I'm going to make a white to be a gray. Another, what am I saying? Making a gray color to be shadows again on white areas. So let's see, add a little bit of red. Okay, that's probably good enough. I want some shadow on here. So it's the bottom of the shoe. And then maybe a little here, because it's being overshadowed by the leg. I'm free! Oh, you're so lucky! It's raining! I wish it was raining here! Rain is my favorite. It's so dry and hot and horrible. I wish it was raining. I'm so jealous. Jealous of your rain. I'm gonna make this a big shadow here because I imagine this jacket, the body is swinging forward like this, so I think the jacket's probably casting a fairly big shadow. Dang, dude, I can't tell you. I can't say it enough. How fun this paper is to paint on. It's so nice. Okay. I got the looking over, but I think I've got all the areas that were gonna be white, and so I just wanted some shading on there. You were hearing thunder. Ah, lucky. I wish we would get thunderstorms or any kind of interesting precipitation. Okay. What else? What else? Well, considering how late it is, I think it's good to just move on to all the little foods and stuff hanging around, and then adding a nice blue sky. Good idea. Let's see. I'm gonna make a color for this orange. There, this works. Spreading the color out so that it's kind of a... Rather than doing shading, I'm just kind of trying to gently indicate the light source with gradients. Oh, I better not do... I was going to do the little green thing on the top of the orange, but I won't do it yet because it's still wet, so it will merge into the orange color instead of being separate. Yummy. Post-donation granola bar. I had granola for breakfast. Granola with Next Milk, which is probably the best. How did Alex put it? Like, it tastes more like milk than milk. Next Milk from the Silk brand. So yummy. It's my favorite, and I have it all the time. And it was so good with my yummy, yummy granola with whole big raspberries and sliced strawberries in it. Well, hopefully this is a bagel-like color. Oh, it looks like it. I think so, especially once I thin it out with some water. Oh, it's so lovely. It's so lovely. I can't take it. It's just so satisfying. Do these ones too. These are meant to be bagels as well. What kind of, it's a bunch of different types. Yeah, it's like a combo. It's like there's coconut milk and oat milk and I think cashew milk. And of course therefore it's vegan, and it is just so yummy. And it's like there's so many things that's nice about it, not only because it's vegan, because I've been trying to eat as much vegan as I can. It's much lower calories than equivalent tasting milk from like cow milk. So it's good if you're trying to watch your calories, which is something else that I'm doing as well. It's just so many things that are nice about it. Of course, if you are allergic to any of the ingredients, and that's not good, but luckily they don't have pea protein in it. Yellow pea protein. I developed an allergy to that like last year, and luckily it's not that big of a deal. I just have like really annoying heartburn symptoms that aren't taken away by medication. And if I sleep on it, it seems to go away by the next day. And it's like, it's so annoying to feel like you have heartburn all day long. No medication will touch it. So I try to avoid anything with a pea protein in it, which is actually kind of hard. There's lots of stuff with it. Thank goodness. Next Milk, no pea protein. Adding a little yellow to these apple slices to show their oxidation. Also because they're just naturally a sort of goldenish color. Yeah. Been making my own oat milk. I don't have the gum additive, so it needs to be stirred every time. Ah, interesting. How is that? Is it good? I mean, oat milk seems to be the best, what is the word? Like, without adding anything, you know, like, so Next Milk is a combo of a bunch of different kinds, but oat milk seems on its own to be the best nutritional alternative to animal milk. So it's got the closest ratio of macronutrients. At least that's what I read. I didn't actually go and check the label. I'm perfectly happy with my Next Milk, but oh, and it also makes, this I know from personal experience, it makes the best vegan ice cream. I've been having the Oatly vegan ice cream, and it's so good. It's so good. It's got like the exact same texture of regular animal milk ice cream, and it it's, I don't know, it's got the perfect ability to melt at the right timing or something. Like, you can start eating it with a spoon right away, unlike other vegan ice cream alternatives where you have to like wait half an hour for it to get soft. You don't have to do that with this. Plus this one, it melts well enough, but it also doesn't like melt right away either. So good. I've been having it every weekend. So my weekend treat is a Oatly ice cream. It's so good. Okay, so I've got everything painted. I really, really love it. I'm gonna hold this up close. I love on this paper, like when I do something like this, and then I just like, oh, I'm just gonna leave this little white stuff. I'm not gonna fill it in all perfect. This just looks so good. I love seeing that little line right there. There's a line from the ink, and then there's a line from the paint. I don't know what it is about that. Other people who like watercolor know what I'm talking about, at least. Oh, I talked so much about oat milk. I didn't read your messages. Have to be careful heating the homemade oat milk. Stir it just like oatmeal. Ah. Oh, ice cream is the best. Yes, it's so good. So good. Oh, thank you. Looks awesome. Appetizing foods. Well, I think it was a great idea that you had that she's running for the Finish Line Festival with all the yummy free food. I mean, in a way it's not free because if you do a race, usually you pay to get in. But I think I'm done. No, wait, I was going to do the sky. I really like that idea that you had to indicate some blue sky. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to do something like this. Could try filling the whole thing in, but I am almost out of time. I still have 3 whole items that I have not used yet. Hee, that was fun. That was fun going over the orange like that. Lifting up the brush so that it doesn't hit the orange. I just realized I didn't do her headphones yet either. Oh, a little bit here too. Lately I've been slicing up bananas, freezing them, blending them with peanut butter, cocoa powder, banana ice cream. Yummy! Ah, that's my favorite combo. You can even ask Sean. Chocolate, peanut butter, banana, ice cream is my favorite. I always get that if it's available. Sean knows. It is. I'm driving now. I'm still listening. Okay. I'm almost done adding the blue sky that you recommended. I think that it's looking nice. Alright. That's good enough. Especially because I only have 1 minute left. I'm just going to have to go over a little bit. So what I'm going to do with this... Okay. I'm going to whip out my towel and use it as a palette for this stuff. My acrylic paint. Goodness. Oh, I know. I will get one of my palette knives. And do a little impasto. Whoa! This one came out way faster because it's a lot more loose, I guess you could call it. It's more loose than this one. Palette knife. I know I have one. Liquitex. Liquitex palette knife. So actually this is kind of cool because we did yellow and green. So I'll just do like some lines around. Like we did yellow and green for the shorts and stuff. I'll just... This is not working how I thought. Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. It's because I've never done this before. Oh, that's why I'm doing these. To experiment with stuff and figure things out. Okay, gotta get this clean to use the yellow. Okay, and I want to spread some yellow around in the same way, sort of. I don't know what effect I'm going for. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yay, things are happening. Experimenting. Ah, I got some on my rings. Ah. Well, that's just how it is. Ah, fun, cool stuff is happening. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah. Wow. Cool stuff is happening. Whee! She's explosive with her power. That's so cool. That's so cool. This makes me want to keep these. They were in the giveaway box, but I think I'm gonna keep them because this is such a cool effect. At least for doing the lucky dips. Clean this off good while it's still wet. I don't like it when acrylic paint gets dried on stuff. Might have gone a little crazy. I wasn't really paying attention to the composition anymore because I was having so much fun scraping the paint around on the page. Gotta make sure not to touch that. But now I've used both of those acrylic paints. So the only thing left is this, which I think I'll just use to sort of do some outlines on the figure. Oh, if I go nice and slow, it's not too dry seeming. Ah, it's gonna be hard because the acrylic is still wet. Try my best not to get my hands in it. Ugh, gotta hold my hand up. It's kind of hard to do. I should have just done it on the other. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just left-handed, so it's hard. Okay, switch this around. very hard. Nope, I did it. Got the freaking paint on my hand. I'll just wipe it off later. Getting acrylic on one's hands is not as bad as getting it on a tool that you can't wash. There, mostly came off already. Yay! Just want to do a little bit more, not just on the outside, but on things that I want to show that they're on top of other things. Oh, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to get this paint on my hand because it's on the rings of my sketchbook. I'm so used to to watercolor, which dries so much faster than acrylic. It's very interesting. The impasto paintwork at the bottom doesn't quite match with the lovely little delicate snacks at the top, but I think that's good, so I'm gonna sign this and call it done. That's interesting. This was an interesting combo, and I got these out of the giveaway box. It was fun, but I don't know if I need to keep these just in case I draw them again out of the 300 and something supplies. Well, I'll think about it. In any case, here's the final product for today. Get it zoomed in. Yeah, I really like how these snacks came. It's good job, Satuita. Good idea. Snacks hovering around. Yum, 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 yum. I'm gonna finish this race and eat my bagel. Oh, and this, yeah, it's actually great. The green and yellow ended up matching the pants and stuff. So great. And I even did that little gradation on the shoes without even, I wasn't consciously thinking about how these two acrylic paints could mix them. Here's where I got it on the sketchbook itself, and I got it on my hand. I guess I can hold it at an angle so you can see the sort of impasto effect. The thicker acrylic paint versus the watercolor paint. The one sits on the top while the other one sort of soaks in. This was really fun. I think that this was one of the most successful end results. A lot thanks to Satuita and your wonderful suggestions. But I'm 10 minutes over my streaming time, so I will call it a day and hopefully see you again on Friday. Thank you for watching.